think we started this video with mentioning how when I get into the office, we try to make things as objective as possible, but it's also important to get objective about your life. As much as everything I'm doing feels very uncomfortable right now, I know that I need to keep trying. You know, shying away or slowing down isn't gonna help me. Morning.
He's already here, huh?
Yeah, he's here.
You get him mic'd up?
This is where Stacy and Daniela step in, depending on whether it's short term or long term.
We don't touch iPhone photos. Get that trash out of here, I don't want to see it. We got Tom, he's behind the camera right now. He's from the Czech Republic, best in the business.
FIFA 2026 is about to flood Vancouver's rental market with demand, and your home could be a gold mine. If you're leaving town or not living in your property full time, this is your chance to cash in without the hassle. We'll get you licensed and handle the fuck. What are you, Paul? What are you asking?
No, I just want the money, as it's being rented, not waiting until the 11th of the next month. Are you okay with that?
Okay, man. I have a clear calendar as well. Okay, it's good morning. It's time to pick up the camera again. We got Zay here at about 6 a.m. He's generationally locked in. We got a crazy week ahead of us. We're going to San Fran on Monday, leaving about 1 p.m. in the afternoon. And before that, I'm presenting to the company the Q4 strategic plan. Q4 is basically your runway going into the next year. 2026 has to be a big year for us. We got a lot of shit on the line. A ton of investments made over the last 18 months, and they gotta come through. But you're not a stripper yet. So here's the plan today. You can feel like the fall crisp in the air now.
Yeah.
Like it's like coming through, like that shift to summer. It's dropping like a degrees a day.
Yeah.
Every morning. I kind of like it though. Kind of helps the GLI.
If it does help the GLI.
Winter mode. Morning.
He's already here, huh?
Yeah, he's here. That's how you become the COO. Okay, so here are our goals for Q4. The top one is to achieve 300 active properties by the end of Q4. Okay, it's 11:30 a.m. now. Just finished about 2.5 hours of deep work there. Right now the focus is on Q4 and it's about preparing for the presentation that I'm gonna have for the company on Monday. I'm gonna walk you guys through my Notion setup. All right, so here's my homepage. It's basically just all of our databases and other pillars of the company. But where I mess around the most is our today page right here. This has all my tasks, projects that are associated with the tasks, our monthly key results, our quarterly objectives, and then our annual objectives. The projects are the most important things. So right now my biggest project is the Q4 2025 strategic plan, and then it's the full stack launch of our website. So when I look at today, I have all these tasks, and these tasks are supposed to be completed through certain time frames. They also show up on my Notion calendar. Right now, my top task is to build the Q4 presentation. And the biggest thing in the Q4 presentation is what are the goals for the quarter? What are the objectives? From there, we break off the quarter into months, October, November, December. In order to hit those goals in October, we need to complete projects that actually make them possible. So I'm gonna walk you guys through an example of that right now. So the goals for the quarter are 300 active properties. Arton.com, which is essentially our transition from a booking website to an online travel agency or a full-blown property management platform. We have, this is basically a quality control goal, our top line to average just under $1 million a month, and then 25,000 followers on social media. We then break these into the different months. So for October, we have to onboard 22 homes. That is the top goal for the month. We have to launch the full stack website. We have to do $800,000 in sales. Then we have our quality control. Within these goals, there are projects. So the two projects I've created to hit 22 onboards for the month are our October ads campaign and then improving our lead and onboarding speed. So the biggest thing to understand is we use this online workspace, Notion, and it's just all about lining up our annual objectives to quarterly goals and then quarterly goals to monthly key results. Sure, I'm going to explain Notion many more times on this channel. At least our setup, because it's a huge part of what we're doing. The Notion 3.0 update with these agents are insane. The more context, the more work you can essentially do on Notion, the more powerful the AI agents are getting. This is definitely the best tool I've ever used. Okay, let's get some lunch.
All right, what's the biggest thing going into Q4 that's on your mind?
So we've spent the last year, maybe even 18 months, reinvesting into the company because a ton of regulation changes and basically being forced to reinvent our company. Because of that, we haven't been profitable for the majority of those months. Now, we can't really afford to continue without being profitable. I don't have financing for this company. It's all just through the cash and profit. So we're running out of cash and I'm not willing to fire employees. We need to just grow. We need to grow our revenue. So the number one way we're going to grow our revenue is by adding more properties. We have to add around 73 properties in Q4 to get to 300 active properties come the end of the year. You know, to be able to onboard 22, 25 homes a month means you're onboarding 6 homes a week. It's crazy. It's every, day you're basically getting it ready to list. I mean, that's our biggest goal. It's very easy to just get caught up with bullshit throughout your weeks, throughout your days, even your months. You should always have at the forefront of your mind, what am I working on and how does it line up to what we're trying to accomplish this week, this month, this quarter, and this year? That's gonna kill the noise and make it so you're that much more productive. And this Notion setup I showed you guys, it's the framework that makes it so you can visualize what we're trying to accomplish. It's not easy to set up. It's part of the challenge. Just to get organized up here, get it in front of you, and then execute. Best bagel place in the city by far. You should already know that if you live here in Vancouver, but if not, there you go.
Man, is you serious, man? I can't have any of this, man. I'm in the GLI. Get out my face.
Okay, it's gym time now. Same old, same old. It's a boring lifestyle. Trying to stay fit, run a company, get to 30 mil. Same old shit. Rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
Beat COVID.
But you gotta learn to love it. Ain't no way around it. GLI. Generational lock-in.
Yep.
Okay, last week we did a plate and a 35. It's a 45 and a 35 for 4 sets of 6. This week we're gonna do 2 plates for the same scheme, 4 sets of 7. We're doing progressive overload. It's basically the only way I train. We're trying to either increase the weight. If we can't increase the weight, we're gonna try to increase the reps. If we can't increase the reps, we're gonna try to add a set or one or the other.
Hey,
So.
it's Glizak and Goo out, we so icy, nigga, you not. Pistol in the party, D young niggas with me too hot. I ran it up, no bank account.
That's crazy.
There we go.
How'd that feel, buddy?
Felt good. One more set left. And then we graduate that bitch too.
4 a.m. I'm shopping.
The next week we'll probably try to do like a 3x7 or a 4x7 and just progress.
Fit in the shoebox, 9th grade with them things. I feel like a trap guy. Long live my nigga Flipper, bitch, you see these blue rocks. Hey, I can't put no money in my denim, it's just too much. Hey,
I mean, obviously they're not perfect reps, but I'm telling you, like 2 months ago, no way I was even getting close to the bar with 2 plates, right? So the whole thing is that you want to see it, just the weight progress over time to a certain standard of form. Okay, let's see what kind of shape we're in. We're at the start of the GLI, the generational lock-in, so definitely leaner than I usually am. I think I'm like 10-15 pounds leaner than my normal weight. So we'll see what I look like 8 months from now, because I'm either gonna gain a bunch of weight and be in worse shape, or gain weight and be in better shape, or just kind of maintain, get stronger and get more capable, get more fit. All right.
If it all goes away,
Okay, we're finally home. It's 8:22 p.m. Another full day. Yeah, these days are long. These days are repetitive. They're boring. You know, it feels like I've been doing this for a while now. I'm 27 years old. I think we started this video with mentioning how when I get into the office, we try to make things as objective as possible, starting with our annual goals, trickling down to the quarterly, monthly, and then that leading way to brainstorming what projects we focus on. But it's also important to get objective about your life, not just what's happening with the company. And I think for me, I'm in a time where it's definitely unprecedented. Every day feels like Groundhog Day. That's not new, that's been happening for a while, but I'm lonely. I'm single for the first time in basically a decade. Don't see my friends yet nearly as much, but I really feel like it's an important time in my life right now. And it feels like I know I have to keep going. It feels like as much as everything I'm doing feels very uncomfortable right now, I know that I need to keep trying. Shying away or slowing down isn't gonna help me. It's really about just continuing on this path and finding a way and adapting, changing who I am in order to make the vision work. The vision is to contribute in the world, take what I've learned and my career so far and leverage that experience as much as possible to build a really cool company that helps people. Our form and our way in doing that is by making renting easier for people and fixing the issue that it's simply just too hard to find your next home to rent. But ultimately, going through the challenges, experiences, and adventure necessary to become a wise man, but most importantly, an amazing husband and father. I mean, that's constantly on my mind right now. And I think it's because I'm 27. You go through your 20s and you just feel like invincibly young. And I still feel like just as young or as energetic as I did when I was 18. But I feel like it's going to be like that for a while. I take care of myself, and that's probably why. But I think like in your early 20s, you're invincible. 23 rolls around, and if you want a lot for your life, you know already that like you're getting close to 25. And by the time you hit 25, you know it's kind of verdict time. Like if you're gonna do anything with your life after that, you're gonna be an anomaly because you've already had enough time to prove your potential, right? So getting ahead in your 20s is so important to become the best man you can be, because people look at you for the potential you have and the opportunities you get, not only to create and build, but to learn. It rides on that fact that you're young and that what you've proven so far shows what you can do in the future. Another TED Talk here, another rant, but yeah, for me, my ultimate goal is to build a fucking awesome company. It's fun to work at with great people. Obviously makes a fuck ton of money. That's why we're doing this. And then the next company, the next adventure after that, depending on, you know, my perspective come that time. But I definitely want to be a very present husband and father through the first 10, 15 years of my relationship and my kids' lives, and I plan to have a lot of kids. So I don't really see, you know, and I use this saying all the time, but you know, my kids they gotta have a pool by the time they're out the womb. I want them to, you know, just run around in the backyard, jump in the pool, learn how to swim early, be athletic, and just learn to love playing. And in order for that to happen, especially when you live in Canada, you gotta kind of break the mold. You gotta do an exceptional amount of work to create exceptional outcomes and exceptional value for people. So today was kind of just like another bread and butter day of the building blocks day by day that are aiming towards what I just described, what I objectively want for my life in the next 5 to 7 years. I'm not really even sure what I'm vlogging about anymore. We were just supposed to film a day in the life today and make it about how I'm prepping for a very busy week next week, starting with the quarterly strategic plan and then heading to San Fran. But that's what's on my mind right now. You know, I might as well start sharing a little more openly and you know, show some vulnerability as I lean into building this personal brand, bringing awareness to what I'm trying to do as a founder and the company I'm trying to build. The pricing guesswork, the no-shows, bad tenants, and endless regulation changes, fuck all that. Arton does it all.
Oh my God!